was 8 when I heard my parents die. It started with footsteps in the hallway, heavy, deliberate, not like mom's slippers or dad's work boots. These were wrong, and they stopped right outside my room. I pulled the blanket to my eyes and froze. The doorknob turned slowly. I squeezed my eyes shut, heart slamming in my chest. A creak, then silence. I didn't dare move. My bedroom light flicked on, flooding the room. But I never opened my eyes. I heard dragging, something wet, heavy thumps, one after another, then a chair scrape against the floor, and another. He was placing something. No voices, just breathing, breathing that wasn't mine. He didn't speak, but I heard squishing sounds, then a sharp squeak like a marker on the wall, except it wasn't ink. The smell hit next, iron, sweat, something else. Rotten. I stayed still, pretending to sleep. More dragging, then nothing. Minutes passed, hours maybe. The light was still on. I was too scared to look until I heard breathing from underneath my bed. It wasn't mine, shallow, rhythmic, like someone struggling not to breathe too loud. I didn't move, didn't blink, didn't cry. I knew whatever it was watching me. Eventually, I peeked just enough to see the wall across the room, and that's when I saw it written in blood. I know you're awake. I didn't scream. I didn't run. I just shut my eyes and waited. I stayed frozen for what felt like days. Every second stretched like hours. I counted my breaths, 4 in, 4 out. I didn't dare move my feet. Not an inch. The breathing under the bed never stopped. My legs started to cramp. My fingers went numb, but I couldn't shift. If it knew I was away, would it grab me? Would it drag me under? Was it still even there? I thought I heard whispering, too faint to understand, but too close to be a dream, just inches from my ear. It kept repeating something. I strained to hear. It said, "Don't move, he's still in the house." I wanted to scream, but I couldn't tell if the whisper was real or in my head. Maybe I was losing it. Then the light flicked off. No footsteps, just click. The breathing under the bed changed, faster, louder, panic, excitement. I didn't know, but something had shifted. I finally opened my eyes wide, pitch dark, total silence now, the kind that screams in your ears. Then the floor creaked near the door again, this time slow, measured. A shape blocked the hallway light. Silhouette only, massive shoulders, no sound. Then a whisper behind me, not from under the bed this time. He didn't leave. I wanted to cry. My mind screamed for my parents, but I remembered. The dragging, the thuds. He brought them in here, sat them down beside me. Were they still there? I couldn't look, not yet. I just kept breathing. Shallow and slow. The whisper behind me was gone, but I still felt it, that presence. I told myself, this is a nightmare. It has to be. Any second, I'd wake up. But then I heard it, the sound of flesh moving against wood. One of the chairs creaked, like someone shifting in their seat. No, not possible. They were dead. They had to be. But I couldn't shake the thought. What if he'd done something worse than killing them? What if they were still here, watching me? Then came scratching from inside the wall, like nails, desperate. It circled the room, behind the plaster, low, high, fast. It stopped behind my head. I couldn't hold still anymore. I shifted. The breathing under the bed stopped instantly. Silence dropped like a weight. I'd made a mistake, I knew it, and it knew I moved. The bed creaked as pressure shifted below. Something pressed against the mattress from underneath. Fingers, a face I couldn't tell, and then a voice whispered right beneath me. Almost time. I clenched my jaw to keep from screaming. Whatever was under me, it was real, and it wasn't in a hurry. It waited, like it was savoring my fear. I could feel my heartbeat in my teeth. Then another whisper. Look at them. I didn't want to. I knew who them meant. But my eyes moved on their own. The room was still dark, except for one small glow, the hallway light behind the figure, enough to see to shadows in chairs. Their heads lolled to the side, UNMOVING, limp, but something about the way they sat. It didn't look natural, like they were being held there, like something inside them kept them upright. My mom's hand twitched, just once, a sharp jerk, like a puppet string pulling tight. I gasped, too loud. The breathing under the bed stopped again. Now I knew it was responding to me. I tried to inch away, toward the wall. The mattress sank slightly under me, following. It was under my whole body now, not just one side, huge, pressed against the slats, waiting for me to fall asleep again. Then a giggle from inside the closet, high dash pitch, childlike, wrong, like a laugh recorded and played backward. My closet door creaked to open slowly. I shut my eyes tight. I couldn't take more of the voices, the shadows, the breathing, the movement. I whispered to myself, if I don't look, it can't get me. But I did look. I had to. The air in the room felt heavy, thick, electric, and when I opened my eyes, there were more shadows. Not just 2, 4, maybe 5, all standing, watching. The figures were tall, thin, longer than human. They twitched in stuttering movements, like broken video frames. Some leaned and close to my parents' bodies. Others hovered by the closet. No eyes, no mouths, but I felt them smiling, not with their faces, with something deeper, like they knew things about me I didn't, like they'd been here before. I shut my eyes again, too late. One of them laughed, deep, wet, right above my head. It whispered, we like when you pretend. I stopped breathing for 5 whole seconds. Suddenly, the bed shook, not violently, just once, like something shifted beneath it. Then came scratching again, but not from the walls, from inside the mattress, right under my spine. I wanted to scream, to run, but my limbs were locked. Then a hand cold and wrong gripped my ankle, not tight, just enough to say, I'm here. I've always been here, and I believed it. Something wet dropped onto my cheek. I reached up, trembling. It was thick, sticky. I looked at my fingers in the dim light. Not blood, ink, or something darker. My chest was tight, like I'd been holding my breath for hours, but I hadn't. I was breathing, fast, loud, and whatever was under me, it matched every inhale with its own. Then the lights flicked back on. Everything froze. No movement, no whispers. Just a soft hum in the walls. My parents' heads, they were turned now. They faced me, eyes open, dry, lifeless, but wide, like they'd been forced, like they were being used as masks. One blinked. My scream caught in my throat. Not a dream, not sleep paralysis, This was real. The shapes by the closet shifted, melted into the shadows. But one stayed. It walked toward the bed, no footsteps, just a slow glide closer, It leaned over me, a face inches from mine. No features, just writhing black. Its voice didn't come from a mouth. It came from inside my head. You let us in? I didn't. I never invited anything. But it replied anyway. You looked. And then nothing. Silence. No breathing. No weight under the bed. The lights stayed on, but the chairs were empty, and I was alone, I think. I sat up slowly, body shaking. My room looked normal to normal. No blood, no writing, no figures. The closet door was closed. No sign of my parents, no bodies, no chairs. That something had changed. The air still felt wrong, heavy, like someone was holding their breath, just waiting for me to relax. I stumbled out of bed, legs weak. I stepped to the hallway. Silence. Our house was still. No hum of the fridge. No TV in the background. No birds outside. Every room was empty. Kitchen, bathroom. Even the front door was locked. No signs of a break-in. No drag marks. No blood. But I couldn't shake the memory. I wanted to believe it was a dream, a breakdown, something explainable. But that night I found one thing under my bed, a single note, written in red, not ink. You can turn the lights on all you want. That's all it said. No name, no threat. But the last line haunted me. We don't need the dark anymore. I burned it. Didn't matter. I moved houses, new city, different state. No closets in my room now. I keep the bed on the floor still. Sometimes, when I breathe into deep, I hear another breath underneath me. If this story gave you chills, let me know in the comments. What do you want to see next? More real encounters, urban legends, or something even darker? Type it below. I'll be watching.